In the world of mixed martial arts, there are certain fights that fans wait for with restless anticipation. Clashes that carry not only physical stakes but also narratives of pride, dominance, and legacy. One of those battles just took place inside the UFC Octagon. Khamzat Borz Chimaev versus the reigning champion Dricus, Stillknocks du Plessis. This matchup wasn't just another fight, it was a collision of two very different warriors. On one side, Chimaev, the undefeated wrecking machine known for his relentless pace, suffocating wrestling, and ironclad confidence. On the other, du Plessis, the South African powerhouse, who defied the odds by rising to the top of the middleweight division with grit, durability, and an unorthodox but highly effective fighting style. From the opening bell, the energy inside the arena was electric. Chimaev stormed forward immediately, just as he always does, pushing the pace and testing Dricus's reactions. His takedown attempts came fast and furious, and for the first few exchanges, it looked like the fight might turn into another vintage Chimaev mauling. But du Plessis was prepared. He stuffed takedowns, created scrambles, and fired back with heavy strikes that reminded everyone why he wears UFC gold. By the second round, the fight became a battle of wills. Chimaev continued to pressure, chaining his wrestling with sharp jabs and overhands. But Dricus's composure began to shine. Every time Chimaev dragged him to the canvas, du Plessis forced his way back to his feet. Every time Chimaev landed clean, Dricus answered with power shots that kept the Chechen warrior from getting too comfortable. The clash of styles was breathtaking, one man relentless with control, the other unbreakable with heart and power. The championship rounds told the real story of this fight. Chimaev, who had been criticized before for slowing down in the later rounds, began to show signs of fatigue. His explosiveness was still there, but the pace he set early started to cost him. Du Plessis, meanwhile, looked as if he was built for war. He absorbed damage, but he pushed forward, mixing leg kicks, body shots, and looping hooks that forced Chimaev into deeper waters than he had ever been in his UFC career. In the fifth and final round, both men knew it could come down to the wire. The crowd was on their feet as they exchanged in the center of the octagon. Chimaev still hunting the finish, du Plessis still biting down on his mouthpiece and throwing with bad intentions. When the final horn sounded, both men were battered but unbroken. The decision was close, one of those fights that could swing either way depending on how you value control versus damage. Some judges leaned toward Chimaev's early dominance and wrestling pressure, while others rewarded du Plessis' championship composure and late-round striking. No matter the result, one thing is clear. This fight will be remembered as a defining moment for both athletes. For Chimaev, it proved he can hang with the very best, even in a grueling 5-round war. For du Plessis, it was another validation of his resilience, his unshakable belief in himself, and his place at the very top of the middleweight division. In the end, this wasn't just about a belt or a record. This was about pride, toughness, and the warrior spirit that defines mixed martial arts. Whether you believe Chimaev did enough to remain unbeaten or you believe du Plessis showed why he is the rightful champion, one thing is undeniable: fans gotta fight for the ages. This battle reminded us that in the UFC, nothing is guaranteed. Styles make fights, and when two men with iron wills clash inside the cage, legends are born. And that's the beauty of it all. Inside the octagon, reputations are tested, legacies are forged, and nights like this become part of MMA history. This has been Beyond the Octagon.